Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to what is it? A Tuesday afternoon.
Valentine Eve.
Valentine Eve.
Or Fat Tuesday.
Or Fat Tuesday. All of the above this year. Not
Yes.
usually. All right. So we've got a quick update on LessonPix. We're going to show you some new features and stuff.
Okay.
And talk about some stuff we've been doing recently. Hopefully you can hear us okay. That tends to be one of our challenges, but it all looks good, and we can get started. So this is all driven by you. This is and this is just a pretty Valentine's backdrop.
We're in Florence.
We're not
live
going to Florence.
from
We're in Florida. It's lovely here. There's no reason to go anywhere.
Oh, but it's romantic being in Florence for
All right,
Valentine's Day.
All right, that's why she's in pink.
Oh,
So,
yes.
but this entire update is because of you, and
It is.
Lori has the ability to push priorities around. She owns the joint, and she made a change. She made me make a change.
I did.
That changed how our privacy policies worked, and basically makes a big difference. Right, this is a big deal.
I really wanted to share
All right.
my materials.
So we made a change. You guys are going to love it, I promise. So let's take a look at what we're talking about. So, you guys, if you look at your LessonPix account, under your LessonPix tab, you know that we just added the ability to customize symbols with a symbol builder. That was huge.
Very exciting.
Very cool.
Yes,
and
love
immediately there was a problem.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, so immediately Lori went and made Hi-Ho Cheerios.
I did. I made a bunch of things.
And then she couldn't share them because we have a policy that says private images can't be shared. You can't put them in the sharing center. And there's lots of good reasons for that, right? So FERPA violations,
Yes.
HIPAA violations, you don't want photos of students, you don't want copyrighted materials from other companies. So that's a big no-no. So our rule has always been that if you have a photo that you add, you can't put it in the sharing center. You can make it unlisted, you can make it private, you can download it and share it, with your families and stuff, but you can't share it in the sharing center. And that caused some pain because anything you make in the combiner, the symbol builder, you can it would be marked as private, and that's no good.
Right.
So the request was, and what we did was making two different rules. So if you look into your LessonPix now, and we're in a test account from ATIA here, you'll see that this picture here of a tin of mints is a photograph that I added, and you'll notice that it actually has a yellow mine sticker. It will still be considered private. You still can't share it. But everything else you see in here, including this awesome picture of Wipe the Seat, says custom, because this actually doesn't have any private images in it at all. It has only ARP symbols that are combined. Right, so we have a wipe picture and we had a toilet picture, and that is those are all our symbols, and therefore it's all okay. And so the new rule is those are considered custom. You still find them in the same place on your LessonPix page, but you'll see that they actually have a green tab, not a yellow tab. And that means that if I clear my tray and I only throw things over here that are private, like this was actually from a truck. A food truck at the CEC conference called the Scurvy Mermaid.
Oh, really?
The Surly Mermaid.
Surly Mermaid?
The Surly Mermaid, and we made a Surly Mermaid.
So you did. Look at that.
And so if we add just customized pictures, like, this great, we were having fun at the CEC. If you hit create materials and say, I want to make picture cards, and these are my pictures, you'll see they say custom still. That won't show up on your materials. But you'll see that when you actually make your materials, we'll just make some basic picture cards. At the end, when you go to share them, you will be able to choose public because there are no private images in there. There are only custom images in there.
Yay.
And this is new. This would make me, I could put this in the sharing center even though it has customized pictures. Now, if I went back to the Your LessonPix tab and I added any of these images that have a custom picture, like this one right here, actually went through the combiner, went through the symbol builder, and it has something that was added, but it does have a photograph in it, and therefore it is treated like a photograph, and all the same rules apply. If I put it in here, I can make a material. I'll go ahead and do that. Next, finish. It will make the same picture cards that we just made. It'll have one more picture here.
Of an attendee from the
attendee,
CEC.
I'm sure, is delighted that we're using her picture with a bow tie. But if we do that, it will actually now have the same rules as before. You cannot share them. And we had to do a bunch of things here that took some time in order for this to work. First, we had to go through all the combined symbols, and we had to mark the ones that had photos in them as being private. We went through, and that took a while. And also, we went through all of your existing materials. So if you go into your materials section, even your existing materials that had private images or had private symbols that weren't your images. In other words, you made combined pictures, or you changed the coloring, or you added your own text symbols. All of those, we went back and retroactively made it so that you can share those as well. So
Yay.
That's awesome, but it took a little bit of time.
That's all
But
right.
it worked. It all worked. So you should see a lot fewer of these little yellow symbols that say you can't share things. And hopefully this is kind of awesome.
So when I see them in the sharing center, will I see those symbols?
Yes, so let's take a look. You want to share this one? Well, let's go to your stuff. You shared some stuff already.
I did. You can look up that
Yeah.
high hope cherry.
So let's see that. Let's go into the sharing center. Before we go, let's see if we have any questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are we?
We're up here, and I'm going to say hi, because usually until I say something, we don't get any notes.
Oh.
So we have one thumbs up, and we have people watching, but nobody said anything yet. So say hi in the comments on Facebook.
All right.
All right, let's go back to. Let's go. Sorry. Let's go. It's tight quarters here, so.
It's cozy for Valentine's.
We're married. It's allowed. It's not harassment. So might be harassment. So let's go ahead and go down to the sharing center, and let's do a search for Cheerio, right?
Hi. Yeah, you can just do hi-ho.
Hi-ho. So we'll do a search for hi-ho.
It should come up.
It should come up. All right, so
Ta-da!
right here is a material that Lori shared. She's got only customized images in here, and it's in the sharing center. So Lori made a playing game for hi-ho Cheerio using core words, and you can download it, and it works. And in addition, you'll see her symbols are here too. So if I wanted to use these pictures, I could use these pictures.
Can you drag them over?
I can. You want to do that? We'll clear the tray.
I was just curious.
And yeah, actually, let's just cheat and load them all.
So these are for playing cards rather than using the spinner on the game.
Yeah, you
and
want to
focus on the core words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many pictures are there? 8?
It looks like 7.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, there's
7.
2 of the first one.
There's 2 of the first one. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. So let's go ahead and make let's make something else. A dice. A die you could fold.
A die. Yeah.
Can I get rid of the basket, or I need the basket?
You can get rid of the basket.
Can I get rid of the give one cherry? Oh, take one cherry. Gotcha. Gotcha. I understand now.
You can get rid of the one of the cherries.
Oh, this isn't
or the-
important.
No. Okay.
Let's make low vision versions. Full page. One
Wow.
page per picture.
You
okay?
got it. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna
Great big cards.
Great big cards. We're gonna go to one page pictures. We'll hit next. They're all in here. It looks like I need to add give one cherry. Oh, give one cherry's there. They're all in here. Okay.
Yep.
I could translate them to another language,
You sure can.
but I won't.
No.
No. So I'm gonna make these call them hi ho, because I can do that with one hand.
Can you?
I can. Hi ho. Oh.
You lost your eye.
Yep. Hi ho. Hi
I hope.
ho. Hi ho. I hate Comic Sans, so Ariel's fine.
This-
And we hit finish. And it should let me do that. Even though those aren't my pictures,
You should be able.
I should be able to do that. And it looks like it worked
Ta-da!
great. So here's my PDF file.
One-page pictures.
One page pictures. We can get rid of this, and there they all are. One page pictures. The rules for hi-ho Cheerio. All right, pretty cool. You can adapt that game, and a couple different ways. And this is pretty neat. So this is a big change.
It is. It's
Yeah,
very
it's kind
cool.
of cool.
A lot of power
right?
there.
Yeah. So please share your new stuff when you use the symbol builder. Hopefully you've all seen the symbol builder. So that's where you can go in here, and if you wanted to make these, put them on the upper right corner. You can do 2. I'm not sure why I would do these, but if I wanted to, I can combine them like this, and all sorts of other nifty stuff, like
Under comment.
yeah,
Yep.
whatever. I can point an arrow to something, right? Whatever I want to do, I can create my own symbols, and now I can share those things in the sharing center. And that's a big deal, right?
It's a very big deal.
All right. Let's check one more time for comments.
Excellent.
Hello, Cheryl Miller. How are you? Good to see you. So Cheryl's a friend of ours, runs Augmentative Resources, also here in Florida, in not Winter Park, the other one.
An amazing resource,
Winter
though.
Haven. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever see all the stuff we have in our booth, that's all Augmentative Resources stuff.
Yeah,
so, and she's here watching us, which is great. All right. So there's one other thing we were going to talk about today, right? We have a straggler. We do.
We had a quick.
We have a straggler.
Template that.
Turn this off.
Goodbye, Florence.
All right, we'll keep Florence. So what are we going to show here? We have a straggler from our last set of templates. So these are really neat.
Especially since they have a hole.
That's what I was going to, yeah, all right.
Okay.
There you go.
That's okay.
All right, so other than the green one, which is showing through, what are these?
These are called tab and flat picture cards. They're great for wearing on your lanyard, but you can also use them as just visuals within a center or an activity. In this case, these are classroom visuals that say stop, quiet, different times of the day, time to read, very easy.
And these, which are smaller, are?
Those are for Science Center.
I see. So these are for when if you wanted to, can you move it by blowing? Can you describe them? And this is neat. You made, this is from our custom ones? Yes.
Yeah, look at that, huh?
Yeah, you added the text there. You said a chicken has blank. This would be so much better if we just went with a green screen, but you know, whatever. So yeah, so it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And these are where
very
we find
simple,
these?
same picture cards, but they have a little flap at the bottom. There's another kind that has a flap on the side.
And
if you make both,
you can make both, right? So then you can make all the way around the side. And you punch the holes, put a ring on it, and you're good.
Easy peasy.
All right. Where would I find those?
Tab and flat picture cards.
All right, so if I wanted to make them with these, I'd hit Create Materials.
Create Materials.
Right, it's right here, Create Materials. And I'm just going to search for the word flap, right? Flap, tab and flap cards right here.
Flap cards.
That's what they look like right there. That green's not showing through. So, but this is what they look like. You see the bottom ones, the side ones, and the long ones. And these just have more space, right? So these have white space at the top so that they hang correctly on the thing. And you can ask it how many. It'll automatically guess from the number you have in the tray.
You don't need to make this many. You can make
you can make fewer numbers. So there's flap cards, or tabs on the bottom, or tabs on the side. I change your font because we all hate Comic Sans.
I like Comic Sans.
I know you do. So it doesn't need to be the default though. So it'll make them, and you'll see they have different instructions, and they will have different amount of space for each card. Right, so there's all your different cards. They're repeating.
And
I see. Give and take multiple ones. Very good.
Yes.
All right.
Focus on core words.
Focusing on core words. Very good. All right. A couple other things we wanted to talk about. Nothing too serious. We've been busy.
Have we? We've been doing a lot.
We've been a little bit busy. We've been at ATIA.
Well, we did CEC.
We did CEC in Tampa, and before that,
ATIA.
we did ATIA.
This does not look like LessonPix, though.
It's not, but this is our favorite charity.
Okay.
So this is a charity that we founded, a nonprofit organization called atmakers.org. And this is a huge event we just did at ATIA. And we had over 75 students, different robotics teams and STEM programs come in and make assistive technology that day. We adapted toys, we made switches, we taught people to solder, we taught people to use Instamorph. We worked with like kind of big wigs in the industry like Therese Wilcom and Judy Schoonover, and then all these kids got to meet them, and everybody got to see a whole bunch of teens doing something good and really excited about it. And it was a big hit. It's a huge hit. A lot of work.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Learned a lot.
Yep.
A lot of energy.
Yep.
A lot of charisma. The teens were amazing.
The teens, yeah. So these are your best teens, really, right? I mean, these kids, they're mature, they're professional. It was great. A couple of them presented with me at ATIA. And by the way, ATIA, if you don't know, is the Assistive Technology Industry Association. It's in Orlando every year, and it was a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And so we actually, there's a write-up. If you go to atmakers.org, you can find it here. In fact, I'll try to put a link down in the comment section. These kids had a ball. These kids absolutely had a ball. They made stuff. They
switch adapted toys.
They just did all kinds of fun stuff. We taught people to solder.
Go Baby Go cars.
Yep. These folks were live streaming it and actually live captioning it, which was very cool. So if you guys want to find out more about that, take a look. That is where some of the LessonPix money goes to do that. It is definitely our current charity of choice because I'm running it.
That's what you do.
Yeah, so
I'm your engineering outlet.
It is. So and we actually just got written up very nicely with the AT3 Center News. Eliza Anderson wrote up the whole article about it. Look, you made the cut.
And that's me.
You're right there. And that's our daughter, Allie. I'm not sure how she made it because she was only there for like 40 minutes.
And Dan Frank.
Dan Frank from University of Florida. Steve from Gravy's in here. A bunch of people made it and were interviewed. And everybody had a ball. So if you want to get involved in that, let us know. If you have kids who are in STEM programs and you think it would be good for them to work on AT, that would be great for you to reach out.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
Very
let's check
exciting.
One more time for any questions here. Hey, Cheryl says hi. Hi. Cool flip flap cards. And Donna, love this idea. Cheryl says thank you for donating your time and founding AT Makers. You're welcome. I'm glad you guys got something out of it at the show. Cheryl was there, and her booth was there.
Yes, and if you haven't seen her stuff,
check it out. So if you want bulletproof Velcro stuff, it's awesome. So
we play well together.
Yeah. Well, our stuff works very well in her stuff. It's all good. All right. Is there anything else going on that we need to tell people about?
This was fabulous. The new green flags were very important to share.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we're not going to Florence, but we are going to Texas.
We have a very busy month next month.
We can do this. We're going to Tisha for the 62nd annual convention. Yay. And then after that, most of our time's on the West Coast.
We go to Cascia.
We go in California, in Sacramento. And then we're going to Seattle. And then you're going to New York City.
Yes.
So we're going everywhere. So if you're in any of those places and you want us to see us, say hi. So, all right, we're all good?
Yes.
All right, so say goodbye. Everybody have a great day. Have a good Valentine's Day, and don't work too hard tomorrow.
Love you guys.
Bye. See ya.
Thanks.